Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a vlog and I'm in a weird mood with reading. I'm not in a slump because I've honestly read more books the last couple of months than I have in a while. But I'm just like not wanting to read long books right now. I've been reading a lot of long fantasy romance books and I think I'm ready to do a lot of short ones, which means we're gonna do a weird vlog. We're gonna read some weird ass romance books and some Halloween inspired ones. I'm just kind of ready and in the mood for it. So why not? Why not? Let's take you on this journey. I have several books, okay? Let me tell you what's on the pile of possibilities for this weird ass romance vlog. Number one that will absolutely be read, and I'm gonna read it first, is Hallowpeen. Okay, you all know I love Holly Wilde. Like, I love Holly Wilde, okay? She brings the crazy. She brings the unhinged. She just does it, okay? Another one I think I really want to read is Corny. It says it's a female-female romance, which we don't get a lot of, honestly, in Weird Ass Romance. We don't get a lot of diversity in Weird Ass Romance for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I mean, we get diversity, but it's diversity in objects, not in like sexual preferences. You know what I mean? Like, not in gender. It's usually like a female and a man, and that's it. So I'm kind of intrigued by Corny. And then another one I really want to read that I feel like it's more monster romance, but I'm gonna put it in here anyways, is Getting Freaky with Frankenstein. I did read a monster smut one from Tabitha Lovelace. Actually, I've read two Tabitha Lovelace books. One was definitely better than the other, but they were both enjoyable. Like, they were just different and weird, and this one's with a Frankenstein. Gotta love that. There are two with like Halloween decorations, like lawn ornament things. One isn't out yet. It's called Shift. This is another book in the Kyleverse. There are a lot of books if you want sentient object romances. There are a lot of books in this series. We read for our book club, Weird Ass Romance Book Club that I do with Maggie, we read the Rake book. And it was fine. There wasn't much to it, but it was fine. There's another one I really want to read called Faulty, and it's with a Furby. So this is just another one. There's a Rubik's Cube one. You know, I love the creativity. I love the creativity of these books. So this one is like a werewolf lawn ornament one, but also there's a Latrexa Nova book called Monster Mash. That one is also some kind of Halloween decorations come to life romance thing. I don't know. And then I saw this one and I'm thinking it's gonna be the worst of the worst. You know, usually these are the best of the worst. That's what I'm going for with these, is I want a good bad book. But this one looks like it's gonna be a bad book. It's called Monster Blumpkin? Why does he look like he's on a toilet? I don't know. The cover just got me. And then there's a ton of scarecrow romances out there. So one that I found was Hayseed. I've heard of this one before. However, I'm a little scared of it because it's a Vera Valentine, and Vera Valentine and me don't mix because she likes to be all sweet and serious. And that is just not me. Okay. That is not me. I don't want sweet. I don't want serious. I want bonkers, unhinged, make me laugh so hard my face hurts. Okay? That is the weird romance that I'm looking for, and hopefully I can find it in this vlog. So that's enough of an intro. It's way too long of an intro. Let's get started with Hallowpeen. Already I'm chuckling because you have a girl telling this really horrific story about a missing girl, one of her friends, and she's visibly upset. She's crying over it. And then at the very end, she's like saying, I Saying I cup, like spelling out I cup, summons the Hallowpeen, and he's a demon that takes you. And they're all laughing about this, right? But however, as they're leaving, someone says, if iCup summons the Halloween, then what's next? Does typing 8008 into a device bring out the booby man? Already. I love the jokes. Okay, Holly, with the writing, you amped it up because this sentence, so good. It says, my eyebrows are so high they create a ladder up my forehead, like my eyes are plotting an escape route out of my skull so they can't witness whatever horrors I bring to life. What a visual, hun. Yes, yes. We have met the Halloween. The Halloween has actually made all the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns, come to life. And just imagine like bodybuilder like type men, but as pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. Like they have orange skin and pumpkin seed nails. Pulsing veins of green are raised slightly from his copper skin, climbing up his massive arms like a vine on a trellis. He's clearly strong as fuck. Oh my gosh, the biggest part of him is not his arms. She's staring at his manhood and describing it. I'm not gonna give that away. Y'all need to read this book already. But what I think is more hilarious is that the endearment here is Boo. He's all, eyes up here, Boo. I love this. This is so Halloweeny. I love how Halloweeny it is. It's Halloweeny, but with oh my gourd. It's his pumpkin bag. Oh my god. One of them's name is Jax. If the other one's name is Gordon, 5 stars. Give me all of the puns. It is. One of them's name is Corny. It really is not that funny. It's perfect, but it's perfect. Oh Lord. They're just getting started and there's food. They're feeding her. But they also put one of the raspberries not only in her mouth, but on her nipple, like a hat. Apparently this is like 2 stories in one. You have Asha, she got pumpkined real good, and then now you have Casey. Casey is the person who the party's, it's her house, so she's hosting the party. And now she is dealing with man candy. There's another legend about man candy. And if you leave candy in the bowl, in any bowl, by midnight, man candy comes to get you. And of course, it's exactly what his name says. He is a man made of candy. He has apparently red vine arms and like bubblegum eyebrows. Like these stories, like this whole thing that I've read, I'm only at 67%, so we are not done yet. But this is giving Bagged by the Groceries. This is giving Deviled Egg Made Me Do It, of course, because that's also a Holly Wild book, but this is giving. You know what I mean? This is giving. This is exactly what I look for in an unhinged, weird ass romance. Just completely off the wall, bonkers. What the hell is going on? Type of shenanigans. And I am living for it. This is definitely headed into 5-star territory. We'll see. We'll see how man candy behaves. And we'll see if we get like any more of Asha and the pumpkin men because that kind of ended a little abruptly. Okay, we're getting right into it with the second one because Mr. Candyman, Man Candy, excuse me, not Candyman, because I'm sure that was like, copyrighted or whatever. Man Candy. He's doing some rope stuff, like tying her up. But the rope is made out of Laffy Taffy. and then he like whips out a lollipop out of nowhere. And he starts like twirling it so fast, it's like buzzing in the air. And she's like, that kind of sounds like a vibrator. And he's like, you're very observant. That's exactly what it is. They are getting right into this one. At this point, am I gonna be like, who do I like more? The three pumpkin dudes or Mr. Man Candy with the bubblegum eyebrows? Because I don't know already. I'm confused. I'm conflicted. Either way, you know who's a winner in this one? Me, the reader, because this is so freaking enjoyable. I love every bit of it. Okay, I finished Hallowpeen. I have so many highlighted quotes in this. Probably at least like 20 or 30. Like it definitely scrolls. 5 stars, 10,000 stars, all the stars. This was like, is this gonna be better than Mating with the Mantis? I think it is. Honestly, it is Shakespearean level bad writing, but just so funny. Let me see if I could find some quotes to tell you what I mean by like Shakespearean level bad. Okay, here's a tame one. This is a quote. Claim me like a ghost takes hold of a haunted house. The second half is like with the man candy. So many euphemisms for female parts. She calls it a bubbling cauldron, a taut sugar plum, pleasure pop. Oh, and I'm just gonna leave it up to you what his is. Because you'll have to read this. This was so funny. It was so good. So good. I don't know why I started with this book because now I feel like nothing else is gonna top it. This is top tier, weird, amazing. Maggie needs to read this. I already texted her. She needs to read this one 100%. I need it for my shelf. So we're gonna move on to the Halloween Blumpkin. Look, this cover is giving AI. It's also giving dude bro wrote this and thought it was funny. The author's name is Duke Skidmark. Listen, it's 35 pages and it says it's like gross out erotica horror. I'm kind of like going and just thinking I'm going to be scarred for life. There's gonna be some kind of poop thing happening, I feel like, because he's on a toilet. Which I don't know. I just don't know if I'm gonna hang in there, but I'm gonna dive in. We shall see. My dinner isn't done yet, so I think it might be a good idea to read this now before I eat, because after I eat, I really hope I don't lose my appetite. Okay, out the gate, I'm like, a dude wrote this. If a woman wrote this, I don't know. Already, he's talking about the Halloween store coming into town and he works those nights, and the best part about Halloween is how he loves all the slutty costumes. And so when he works, he's just hoping to get some action from any number of the ladies in their slutty costumes. And then he says this, he says, hell, I'd even bone one of the silly white girls in their problematic Pocahontas or Jasmine outfits if I got the chance. Shut up. Oh, see, and then it just does it again. I'm so horny these days. I'd be thrilled to bang the fattest, ugliest chick there. In what world? In what world did a woman write this? Just don't think there was one. Can I finish this? This is so problematic. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the weird stuff yet. This is just some dude being a dick. Like, he's got a costume on and he's in line to get into the store and he's staring at these girls in front of him because, you know, they have slutty costumes on and the girls are like, ew, you're creepy, why are you staring, blah 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 blah, and he's all, whatever, sluts. What the fuck? And then he's at like a Mexican restaurant and he orders his food and the guy at the counter is like, do you need anything else? And he's like, not unless you have some hookers back there somewhere. I feel like this is what dudes think is funny. Like, this is a dude book. But erotica isn't normally written for dudes. So who's reading this? Me. Me, apparently. It is supposed to be erotic horror. Does he get murdered in really interesting ways? That would be fun. I'm gonna try to keep reading. I really am. I would totally DNF up this one. Nothing. This is... The first book was so bad it's good. This is just bad, terrible, the worst thing. Don't ever read this. Like, this is a DNF that is also rated 1 star. You know what I mean? Like, this... When people rate books that they DNF, this is why. This is really hard to read. This is what I'm gonna hate myself for. I really hope this guy gets murdered. This is torture. This is torture. He's gotta take a shit. He's just walking around this carnival festival thing. And there's a creepy Nosferatu guy that nobody can see following him. And it's not even that. Like, that is not the problem. The problem is this guy's attitude. He sucks. He's also like, he hands tickets over to one of the workers there, and he said, handing them over to the fat fuck in a MAGA cap and overalls behind the counter. This guy is a dick. He's not even bad guy, he's just a dick. Why are you playing games in the beginning if you have to poop? When do you die? Do not read this book. It's 1 star. It is 1 star. Do not read this book. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, there's poop and toilet stuff happening. But then there's other things that happen while he's on the toilet. And that was really gross. And I just was like, yeah, let's just skip this part. Who wants to read that? It's not even funny. It's just dumb. Gross. It's gross. Gross, 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 gross. How many times can I say that about this book? This book is dumb and gross. And the guy is gross. And he's just a gross human being. Thankfully, he's fictional. On to the next book.
Okay, so I'm in my car at lunchtime and I did start another book. I started Corny. This is the female weird sentient object romance. And it sounds like in this one, a group of friends tried to do a summoning circle to summon their like true loves or something like that. And she summoned a demon to help her find her true love. And the demon inhabited the body of a yarn stuffy that she was working on. And it's a candy corn yarn stuffy, but she also gave it like legs and thigh-high boots. So she calls it her hooker candy corn. And she's just now trying to figure out what the heck is going on. She's a little freaked out because she's like, I didn't make any deal with the devil. What are you talking about? But she's an idiot. They found like a trunk or something at somebody's grandma's house and they decided to do an incantation, and this is what happened. So it sounds like the candy corn stuffy demon is gonna help her find her true love. I wonder if they're gonna explore things with their bodies. Definitely gotta read this one. It's only 65 pages, so it's another short, sweet one. It's definitely gonna be better than the last one.
I think where I last left you was I had started Corny by Sabrina Cross. It was fine. This is the thing, like, I am looking for super unhinged, and this was just like, okay. It was fine. It was cute, I guess, but just nothing special for me personally. And then I read the total opposite of Sweet, which is Shift. This is another book in the Kyleverse by Nicole Parker. The idea here is that Kyle is a freak. Kyle will do anything with anyone, and he is always looking to top himself. And he has a girlfriend. It's a very open relationship. His girlfriend is now with Connor as well, who was the rake. They have a little group thing going on. And then in this one, Kyle has bought a werewolf lawn ornament, and supposedly the lawn ornament comes to life on Halloween and on full moons. And Kyle's like, I'll just wait till Halloween night, I'll be back. And they all do stuff together. Again, this one was fine. It was literally just a sex fest. Like, the entire thing was a sex fest from beginning to end. That's it. That's all. There wasn't really much more to it. It wasn't necessarily funny. It wasn't I mean, it was very hot, I guess. A lot of things in a lot of places. And yeah, and that was a book I read. So those two books I gave 3 stars. And then I started another book, which I'm really sad about, but I DNF'd it. And this is Getting Freaky with Frankenstein by Tabitha Lovelace. I actually really enjoy Tabitha Lovelace. I like her writing. I just wish it would go further for me. However, this felt, the reason why I DNF'd this is that it was just too sweet, and I'm just not looking for sweet right now. I want funny, I want hilarious, I want weird. This was just a monster romance. She summons him alive again. Frankenstein, the monster. She names him Frank, even though he's the monster. And he's like getting to know the world as it is at that time. It's 1955, and she's like doing a thesis on cryptids or monsters, or I don't remember, but yeah, she summons him, and automatically he's like, because you summoned me, I have the hots for you, and they go on dates. And I'm just like not into it. Wasn't into it. So I DNF'd it. So I think if you are more of like a sweet monster romance lover, these Corny and Getting Freaky with Frankenstein, you might actually enjoy. It's just not what I'm looking for this vlog. I thought about ending the vlog. However, I found 2 more that I really want to read, and they are shorter, so I think I can read them hopefully today. I'm gonna read this book called Pumpkin Smash. Oh no, the reviews said, how did this manage to be sweet? Oh God, please stop with the sweet. Sweet. And then the other one, my girl Latrexanova, is Mummy. Sorry, Mummy. So I'm gonna read both of those today. This one is kind of like, I accidentally saw one of the reviews again. This one said it's like Night at the Museum, but like a sexy version of it. So I don't know, I'm gonna try those two. I really don't think anything's gonna top Hallowpeen, but I'm still enjoying reading these. Like, even if I'm not like loving them, like they're just so fun. I read these again in between longer, more serious books, and they just provide that palate cleanse. Let me get my day started. Let me wake up some more. and then I'll get back to you on whether one of these last two books is gonna at least be super enjoyable. Hours later again, I'm about to go on to some reading sprints with B. Actually, today we're having some fun playing some games live, and then some authors are gonna pop in too. I can only stay for a little bit, but I'm excited about it. However, I just have to say that I am at page 21 of 54 in Pumpkin Smash. Oh, it's starting to get like a teeny tiny bit gross, which is so far I'm really enjoying it. Our girl here, she was at a party in, like, you know, a Halloween party in a costume. They were telling spooky stories, and then she decided to walk home because she was actually going to meet up with a date that she had for the night. She had broken up with her longtime boyfriend, who was a jerk. And so she is walking to a pumpkin patch in the middle of the night for a rendezvous with him, and it turns out her ex-boyfriend was pulling a prank on her with his friend. And then all of a sudden, the like pumpkin phantom shows up, and he's like, "Get out of my cornfield," or "Get out of my pumpkin patch." And she's having trouble running or whatever because she doesn't have any shoes on. And of course, the other guys scram. And she's taken by the pumpkin dude. He's a man, but he has like vines all over his body, and a pumpkin head. So I'm okay with that, honestly. It's not funny. It's just like, I don't know. I really enjoy the writing of this one for some reason. And it's sweet, but also kind of scary. So not like scary, but there's like ambiance to it. You know what I mean? So they're going back to his place. They've decided she's going to be the Miss Pumpkin Queen for the night. They're about to get started. And he's on his knees. And she says, I don't know if I can read it. A pulpy tongue rolls out. It feels slick and bumpy, like there are smooth seeds embedded in it. Because he has a pumpkin head, like a jack-o'-lantern head. Lord. This is like the midway point book between a sweet kind of monstery romance and a totally unhinged monstery romance so far. So anyways, 40% of this. I'm gonna do my reading sprints, hopefully finish this one and let you know how I like it. But so far so good on this one. I'm enjoying a lot. All right, I'm back. It has been several days, and yes, I did get a haircut. I finished the last two books. Pumpkin Smash was a bit of a smash. I think I'm still gonna give it about a 3 because it was, again, a little sweeter than I normally want. It did not make me laugh until my face hurt, so it was okay. It was fine. I think the biggest thing in that one was I kept waiting for the ex-boyfriend to get his comeuppance, and it was a little lackluster by the end. And then I did read the Mummy book, and that one for sure was just kind of like meh. It was fine. She was in a museum. Mummy comes to life. They do ritual things. That's it. It was just kind of a monster romance, and it was fine. Anyways, Hallowpeen is definitely the big winner of this vlog. I absolutely loved it. You all should read it too if you want to read something weird and short this Halloween. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!